in here, and well, just to I know I don't usually do this anymore. I don't review recently released films, but I just felt like I had to do this, and because I have to announce a very important announcement at the end of this review that I hope you all will listen to. But besides that, this is my review on Toy Story 3. Now, I just want to say that this will probably be like the last animated film I'll ever see in theaters. Because the only reason why I saw this was because, well, I love Toy Story. I mean, who here, who as a little kid hasn't watched the first Toy Story and loved it, and watched a sequel which was just as good and loved that as well? I mean, I had all the toys when I was a little kid, and the last one remaining is actually Woody. I still have him today, but I'll talk about him later. So, getting on with the review, the plot for Toy Story 3 is that Andy is now all grown up. He's 17 years old and he's going off to college, which unfortunately leaves the toys, or whatever is left of them, because it's actually a very small group of toys this time. They have no one to play with, and he's all grown up. So where do they go? Well, they end up being donated to a daycare known as Sunnyside, where it seems very nice. All the toys seem like they're played with all day, 24 hours, and it seems like they're having a great time. But unfortunately, the toys, Andy's toys, are put in with the little caterpillars, I would say like toddlers, who unfortunately do not know how to play with these toys. They play with them extremely rough, and now Andy's toys just want out of it. But unfortunately, the toys who are already at the daycare refuse to let them leave and refuse to let them out of the caterpillar room. And so basically, it is how my friend Miles described in his review of this film. It's like a prison. They keep them in as prisoners. But now it's up to Woody to go out and save his friends. Toy Story 3, for an overall thing, I will say it is a great film. I really did like it. I mean, for me, I had my doubts, of course. I had my doubts when I first saw the trailer for this, because movies with the number 3 in them for me lately have not been good. I mean, Spider-Man 3 I didn't think was that great. Shrek the Third I think was just one giant disappointment. But Toy Story 3, it was great. It was a legit, to me, I think this will be like the last one, because it really does look like it will be like the last thing to end Toy Story, and I think they should really end the series on this note. It was a great movie, and people who've first off, the cast, I'm glad that the entire cast has returned, at least except for Slinky, because his voice actor Vern had died. But I'm glad they found someone else to replace his voice, or at least sound at least legitimately like him. I'm just very glad to see that Tom Hanks and Tim Allen have returned to play Woody and Buzz, because it wouldn't be Toy Story without them. But anyway, I did feel that the film was a little bit dramatic, especially towards the end. I mean, I understand when you watch the first Toy Story or the second one, it did kind of get a little dramatic here and there, but at the end, it was like, oh my god. It made you feel bad, but it's not really a bad thing, though. I mean, I can understand completely kind of what, in the beginning of the film, Andy's going through. He has a kind of like a hard time letting go of Woody and Buzz, which is what I have. I still have Woody till this day. I had him when I was 7 years old. I wish I could show him if my freaking camera worked. But I had him since I was 7 years old, and he's been through hell. He's an absolute mess. He's got torn and rips on him. He doesn't talk anymore. I lost his hat, and his head came off twice. But he's still here today, and I don't think I can ever let go of him. And I just feel that, for a film like Toy Story, you wouldn't expect it to be this dramatic, but it really is. And it's not, again, not a bad thing, but if you don't really like how it's made dramatic to the point where it looks like the other Pixar films, then I don't think some people might not like that. And besides, this is a story about toys. You go off and have an adventure. You wouldn't expect it to be, very sad, but in here seems like it just seems like the final conclusion of this whole franchise. So, just to put it all out there, if you haven't seen Toy Story 3, please do. If you even heard of Toy Story, please do. I mean, it was a great film. The jokes were funny. The new characters are awesome. And I just recommend for anyone out there to go see it. Especially, even if you haven't even watched the first or second one, I still recommend if you do, before you watch this one, please definitely go check it out. Now, for this announcement, I just have to let people out there know that in my summer video, I mentioned that I would review, my first 2 reviews would be An American Tail and The Land Before Time, both films by Don Bluth. And I just have to say that I can't review those films. Now, this is no technical issue or anything like that. This is 100% my fault. I didn't bother to look ahead of time to see if I can watch these films. I just figured that, because I stumbled upon both of them on here on YouTube at some point. Well, unfortunately, when I look back there again, I already had done the summer vid and looked to see to watch them and get started. They were not there. I looked over all over the internet for sites that will at least let me watch the film for free. I did not, could not, and I don't go to the video store and rent movies anymore. I live way too far away from whatever Blockbuster, whatever the hell they used to rent videos down here. So yeah, this is all 100% my fault, and I'd like to apologize at first hand to the person who had requested both American Tail and Land Before Time to be reviewed. I apologize for that, and I promise that no irresponsibility like this will ever happen again, because this was just a new low for me. And so with that, I hope you guys will still look forward to the two other reviews I have, and I hope to put out kind of a little special video for before summer's end. And with that, again, go watch Toy Story 3. I recommend you do. And with that, I'll see you all next time.